breaking news in Waterbury, where one man is dead and another is in the hospital this morning after a stabbing last night. Your reporter Sierra Jordan joins us live in Waterbury with what we know so far about this deadly incident. Good morning, Sierra.
Good morning, Taylor. Waterbury police are still trying to piece together what led to this deadly stabbing on Grove Street. They say it happened around 7 last night, and investigators say it started as a physical altercation involving several people inside the apartment building. This is what the scene looked like last night when officers first arrived. Police say they found two men suffering from stab wounds. Both were rushed to the hospital, where we're told one of those men later died from his injuries. We're working to learn the condition of that other man this morning. Now, police want residents to know this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public or people living at the apartment building. If you have any information that could help investigators, you are urged to reach out to the Waterbury Police Department or Crime Stoppers. We do have both of those numbers on our website at WFSB.com. Your reporter live in Waterbury, Sierra Jordan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Back to you.